I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
Listen to me, I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life, he's like, look, I've done it all, I've seen it all, peace out.
If you put your children first before you make any decision, you never make a bad decision.
Brilliant.
You never make one bad decision if you put them first.
Eddie Murphy is finally calling out Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey for allegedly exploiting black actors for their own gain.
When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress.
Apparently, Perry's got some connections with none other than Diddy, who's already neck deep in some serious investigations.
Tyler Perry told his male actors they're not allowed to consort with me because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler.
But it's not just Tyler Perry. Oprah Winfrey seems to be a pro at blacklisting black celebrities.
I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
So what exactly is going on? In a recent discussion about black representation in Hollywood, Eddie Murphy pointed out a major issue: the lack of unity among black professionals in the industry. With movements like Black Lives Matter bringing more attention to the challenges facing black lives, there's a growing call for economic empowerment within the black community. Supporting black-owned businesses is key to this empowerment, a view shared by Murphy and explored in Dr. Clark Anderson's Power Dynamics.
I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
However, this push for unity is complicated by the long-standing feud between Murphy and filmmaker Spike Lee. Back in the early 80s, Lee criticized Murphy and others for not using their influence to create more opportunities for black people in Hollywood. Murphy defended himself, saying he saw his role primarily as an entertainer, not a political activist. Their different approaches to tackling racism in Hollywood were evident during the filming of Lee's Do the Right Thing. Murphy visited the set, but kept a distance. Despite their public disagreements, the two eventually had a deeper conversation about their views. Lee encouraged Murphy to see the power he had in the industry and how it could be used to drive significant change. Murphy's thoughts on the lack of unity among black people in Hollywood highlight a problem rooted in historical oppression. He believes this disunity stems from a legacy of division enforced by external forces. Efforts to create alliances, like the Black Pac initiative in the late 80s, have struggled to succeed. The industry relies on our disunity, Murphy expressed. They've instilled this fear in us, this fear of losing what little we have, but it's time to challenge that fear. The failure of initiatives like the Black Pac underscores the challenges inherent in mobilizing black professionals in Hollywood, Murphy remarked. We've been conditioned to compete rather than collaborate. Meanwhile, Murphy also hinted at how elites like Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey might be allegedly keeping the larger share of the cake all to themselves, instead of uplifting fellow black actors. Tyler Perry made a big name for himself, breaking out in Atlanta's theater scene and hitting it big with his Medea movies. But his rise hasn't been without drama. There's even talk that his ego got so big, he ended up clashing with major players, including Oprah. In Hollywood's cutthroat world, getting ahead sometimes means bending the rules, and Perry seems to know all about that.
When I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
After his box office success, Perry moved into TV with House of Pain, which did really well. But more controversy popped up when he was negotiating for a spin-off called Meet the Browns. Deadline reported that Perry fired 4 writers who'd asked for union contracts, stirring up tension in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson expressed her discontent, stating to Deadline, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes, but now when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer." Tyler Perry responded to the dispute by taking personal control, declaring that he would now write everything himself. Yet Perry's conflicts with unions extended beyond the writer's room. In 2015, actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity took a stand by prohibiting their members from participating in Perry's stage play, Medea on the Run, due to his production company's refusal to sign union contracts. While Perry may be driven by profit maximization, his methods have not received unanimous approval within the industry.
There's a camera on you, baby.
There's a camera on me right
back behind you.
Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
Following the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamilah Lemieux penned an open letter to Tyler Perry, published by NPR. In her letter, Lemieux conveyed her discomfort with Perry's utilization of stereotypes in his work. She expressed, "Through her, the country has laughed at one of the most important members of the Black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic breasts flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more. Mr. Perry, you have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many Black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have." Notably, acclaimed film director Spike Lee is among the prominent figures who criticized Tyler Perry for employing stereotypical characters in his work. Lee is known for openly addressing this concern with Perry.
Well, I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Spike Lee continued to assert that due to the production of stereotypical movies, individuals like Tyler Perry were breaking records. From Lee's perspective, the industry could elevate its standards by steering clear of biased and nonsensical films that feature designated one-dimensional characters.
Breaking records, but we could do better.
Tyler Perry's casting and character portrayal choices have become a noticeable point of discussion among viewers, sparking conversations about his business strategy. Some critics argue that Perry often casts dark-skinned actors in villainous roles, while portraying white-skinned individuals as heroes in his movies and shows. This perception has triggered debates and discussions within his audience about the representation and portrayal of characters in his work.
Pitiful Black woman being abused by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man.
During an event, Chris Rock highlighted a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, pointing out the limited portrayal of kind and respectful black-skinned boyfriends in Perry's films. Rock supported his statement by referencing Tupac Shakur, suggesting that Perry's movies could benefit from a more diverse range of character representation. Rock stated, "Tupac might be a political leader if he was alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now, so you don't know, Tupac might be the bad, dark-skinned boyfriend in the Tyler Perry movie." Rock's argument was that even someone as influential as Tupac, if given the opportunity to appear in a Tyler Perry movie, might be cast as a less favorable character based on Perry's typical casting patterns. Rock humorously added, "I would hope he's a senator, but he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs." In Tyler Perry movies, there's always a woman, and she usually is in a bad relationship, and the person she's in a bad relationship tends to have darker skin. And then she meets a nicer guy who tends to have lighter skin, and he sweeps her off her feet. And that dark-skinned guy is mean on a level you've probably never seen in movies. So, yeah, it wouldn't be crazy for Tupac to be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs in a Tyler Perry movie. Chris Rock's perspective echoed Spike Lee's criticism, underlining concerns about the impact of perceived biased casting and storytelling choices on the film industry. Both Rock and Lee raised questions about the potential influence of such portrayals on the audience's perception of Black characters in mainstream cinema.
Are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Yet, if those films, we're talking about Tyler Perry.
Looking deeper into the entertainment industry, it becomes evident that colorism is not unfamiliar within this field. In recent times, Hollywood has faced substantial criticism, often through media-driven campaigns with hashtags that rapidly spread from Twitter to television news. It could be argued that convicted ex-offender Harvey Weinstein was one of the first prominent figures to bring negative attention to the industry. In 2017, a multitude of SA allegations emerged, exposing the darker aspects aspects of Hollywood's culture.
There's a new documentary that is all about the dark side of Hollywood and how some power players allegedly use their positions to prey on young, aspiring actors.
In the wake of the #MeToo movement controversy, numerous scandals rocked Hollywood. These scandals included comedian Kevin Hart stepping down as the Oscars host in 2019 due to the resurfacing of past homophobic tweets. Additionally, the #OscarsSoWhite campaign demanded increased diversity in the Oscars and greater recognition for people of color and marginalized communities. So, Hollywood's reputation has been significantly tarnished, with the once illustrious Walk of Fame appearing more like an uninspiring walk of shame without stars.
Kevin Hart has stepped down from hosting this year's Oscars. He put out a statement on Twitter tonight saying, "I have made the choice to step down."
On a February afternoon in 1940s America, actress Hattie McDaniel made history by achieving a groundbreaking milestone, winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind, 1940. Her victory was a momentous occasion as she became the first African American to receive this prestigious film award. However, the joy of this achievement was tempered by the harsh reality that she would be segregated from the rest of the attendees at an Oscars ceremony that effectively operated as a whites-only event. Rather than being a joyous celebration, this historic event was marred by the segregation practices prevalent at the time, highlighting the stark racial divisions in the entertainment industry.
I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just how I feel.
80 years later, the film industry continues to grapple with a persistent form of routine discrimination, despite some strides toward increasing diversity. The 2020 Oscars ceremony was tarnished by racial controversies that have unfortunately become all too common for both viewers and industry participants. Prominent snubs, such as the omission of Lupita Nyong'o for her outstanding performance in the 2019 film Us, serve as stark examples of the ongoing issue of racial bias within the industry.
And the Oscar goes to Lupita Nyong'o.
The issue of racial bias in the film industry persists, with movies and shows, including those by Tyler Perry, serving as prominent examples. It's increasingly evident, as seen in Perry's films, that black-skinned actors are often cast as villains. A notable instance is Steve Harris, who portrayed Charles McCarter in one of Tyler Perry's classic movies, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Despite being a successful lawyer, Charles reveals the existence of another woman in his life to his wife, Helen, and proceeds to treat her disrespectfully, ultimately ejecting her from their home. But Dave also said that the public's perception of Hollywood is at odds with reality, and that it is filled with lovable people like Tyler. Dave supposedly remarked that once you see their genuine faces, you won't be able to stand them since they are too diabolical to bear. He said, "It's the same monster that these Me Too bees was trying to tell you about, but they hate the monster for how it F, and I hate that monster for how it eats, but my God, man, it's the same monster." And it turns out that Dave is the only one who can keep up with his words without fearing anyone. Even though Kevin told everybody that he will refuse to wear such dresses because he has boundaries, he showed up in SNL during his debut and shocked everybody, including Chappelle.
I'm doing what it is that I've really dreamt of doing, which is becoming a global brand and what I love to do and tell jokes. So I'm happy.
Hart commented that he thought it was humorous and that no one had informed him that he was forced to do anything. But is it really that straightforward? It took Chappelle 8 years to make his comedic comeback, during which time he was surrounded by a world that made him feel very uneasy. Oprah Winfrey was the subject of his first public interview when he returned home, and he used the opportunity to talk about the experience that forced him to go against the grain of what Hollywood was attempting to become, but clearly did not want to be. In addition to this, he discussed his personal encounter with the dress and how he came to the conclusion that Hollywood and possibly even the Illuminati were attempting to demean and degrade black men.
Nah, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't even wear no dress to be funny.
What's more, Dave Chappelle posed an intriguing question. He questioned why so many accomplished black male entertainers have chosen to embrace cross-dressing at some point in their careers. One notable example is Martin Lawrence, who gained recognition for his lead role in the Big Mama's House series. Likewise, Eddie Murphy incorporated a female character into his repertoire of roles in the Nutty Professor film series.
This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
Jamie Foxx made a lasting impression with his unforgettable ugly Wanda character on In Living Color, while Marlon and Shawn Wayans delved into gender reversal for their roles in White Chicks. Furthermore, the less successful Juwanna Mann movie from a few years ago is a chapter that some may prefer to leave in the past.
I'm here! Ooh, that girl get around.
Really?
Just you and me.
Among these examples, one figure emerges as the most prominent cross-dresser in contemporary entertainment, Tyler Perry. Perry, recognized not only for his contributions to the entertainment industry, but also for his influence in right-wing evangelical circles, has achieved significant success and acclaim through his Medea franchise.
Medea, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you going out on Black Friday?
What the hell is Black Friday? Every Friday is Friday. I'm black. That's a Black Friday. What you talking about?
Tyler Perry has not only achieved success in the gospel play arena, but has also effectively expanded his triumph into the film industry, bringing his unique portrayal to a broader cinematic audience.
It's a stage play. It's like Broadway, just with black people.
Remarkably, Tyler Perry's latest book, Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings, even secured a spot on the prestigious New York Times bestsellers list. This raises an intriguing question. What lies beneath this phenomenon? Why do these artists choose to engage in acts that may appear to challenge traditional masculinity? And why does the audience enthusiastically embrace the spectacle of black men in such situations? One perspective is that portraying black masculinity in a more feminine context could potentially reduce the perception of threat and increase comfort for certain individuals. These cross-dressing depictions of black men might serve as a counterbalance to the dominant and assertive image often associated with hip-hop culture. Seems like Dave is not the one who has issues with the industry. Ice Cube, whose real name is O'Shea Jackson, candidly revealed that he also allegedly faced obstacles in the past due to his views. He apparently asserted that both The View and Oprah's shows declined to have him as a guest during the promotional period of his successful film Barbershop, and while producing the show Black, White.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from.
Interestingly, he noted that the entire cast of each of those shows was invited to Oprah's show on 2 separate occasions, but he personally was not extended an invitation. This experience led him to believe that his views might have played a role in being excluded from certain forums and opportunities in the entertainment industry. Ice Cube meant that he is apparently not welcome on Oprah Winfrey's platform anymore. According to the West Coast icon, he was not even seen in any of her new interviews. He said, "I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View. A few of the hosts just really didn't like where I was coming from. That's what I was told by the producers. I don't know if it was the producers who were just copping out and using some of the hosts to have me not explain myself. I've been there before. It's just when I've become an independent thinker. I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess." For many years, Ice Cube has been vocal about his issues with the legendary talk show host. Back in 2006, he openly spoke about the matter to FHM magazine, addressing the situation with the cast of Barbershop. He said, "For Barbershop, she had Cedric the Entertainer and Yvonne, but I wasn't invited. She's had damn R child essayers and lying authors on her show. And if I'm not a rags to riches story for her, who is?" In addition to Ice Cube, other rappers like Ludacris and 50 Cent have also called out Oprah Winfrey in the past, accusing her of being anti-hip-hop. In his book Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, 50 Cent also revealed that Gayle King once confronted him over the negative comments he had made about Oprah Winfrey over the years. Cent wrote in a since-deleted Instagram post, "Gayle is the real deal, a very sophisticated, secure, and smart lady. She's never afraid of a situation. So she marched right up to me and basically said, 'Why you talking S about my girl?'" However, during the interview with Tucker, the conversation took a seriously controversial turn as Ice Cube delved into how he believes black Hollywood elites allegedly treat their own black artists like modern-day slaves. He expressed his concerns about the industry's dynamics, suggesting that these elites might be complicit in pushing back black artists through their influence on the media. He also shared a video in which the rapper can be seen talking directly to the camera, going on a lengthy rant about feeling disconnected from the elites and gatekeepers in showbiz and sports. sports. While it's not explicitly clear who he's referring to, it seems he's expressing his frustration with certain figures in the industry. Ice Cube allegedly declared that he is not a part of the mainstream crowd, nor does he aspire to be. He goes on to explain that this resistance to conforming to mainstream expectations has sparked frustration among those on the inside. Additionally, it appears that Cube's words may extend to the realm of politics. He makes a reference to his contract with Black America, a proposal he presented before the 2020 presidential race.
Your lead-ins are a little misleading.
How so?
Well, the platinum plan is not my plan.
The rapper revealed that he had reached out to both Democrats and Republicans regarding his contract with Black America. However, he shared that the Democrats informed him they would have to wait until after the election, apparently meaning not giving deserved value to the Black lives.
I came up with the contract with Black America, and I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me.
In the aftermath of his political involvement, Ice Cube expressed that certain Hollywood and political elites have been deliberately obstructing him and causing obstacles due to his stance. Despite the challenges he had faced, Cube claimed that he is resolute and determined to overcome these hurdles. He made it clear by sending a message to handlers like Oprah that he isn't deterred by the backlash and is steadfast in his commitment to stand by his beliefs and push forward with his vision. Over the course of several years, Hollywood has faced widespread criticism for its role in perpetuating various stereotypes that significantly shape the public's perception of Black individuals. This period saw the emergence of a debate suggesting that limited opportunities within the entertainment industry often forced Black artists to accept stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their careers and livelihoods.
A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you.
While the entertainment industry has not yet achieved full racial equality, contemporary performers do possess a certain degree of agency over their choices. What remains intriguing in the context of these modern figures is their apparent willingness to take on cross-dressing roles, with Kevin Hart's name being particularly notable in this regard.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Many individuals have expressed their opposition to witnessing more instances of Black men in dresses, arguing that this phenomenon has reached its saturation point. They contend that our society is already influenced by numerous factors that may undermine the perception of Black men's masculinity, and there's no need to further contribute to these forces in any way. It is indeed disheartening that we are opposed to witnessing further instances of Black men in dresses. This phenomenon seems to have reached its limit, and our society already grapples with numerous factors that can undermine the perception of Black men's masculinity. Over an extended period, Hollywood played a leading role in perpetuating a variety of regrettable stereotypes that ultimately influenced the perception of Black individuals for a significant portion of the population. During this period, a debate emerged, suggesting that due to the limited opportunities in the entertainment industry, Black artists often felt compelled to take on stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their livelihoods. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.